In a world dominated by people exerting the wrong effort, here are three middle-aged, possibly overweight guys to the rescue. It's time for us to get the ball rolling on any and every discussion that we can possibly think of. All right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages. This is episode 2 of The Burp, presented to you by the Balls Rolling Productions. Today, proud to come back for episode 2. This is what we got on the docket for today, fellas. What are we talking about? We're going to talk about what we thought about what happened over the weekend. Going to talk about a little bit of fantasy football, mainly between our own league. Then we're going to move on to what we wanted to talk a little bit about last week, what Luca is wearing today, a little bit more of that Milwaukee Bucks gear. We're going to try to figure out what's going on with the Bucks. Is it good? Is it bad? Has it been a tumultuous last couple of years? We're going to dive a little bit into that. That is going to lead us into a really exciting segment I love personally, and I think that's the best era of Bucks basketball. That is 90s era basketball. Maybe we'll talk a little bit about the big dog, Glenn Robinson, Ray Allen, Sam Cassell, Tim Thomas, Irvin Magic Johnson. Not the real Magic Johnson, but anyway, you know what I mean. So talking a little bit about that. Then that's probably, if we got time, we're going to lead into more 90s era basketball, whether it's our top 5 favorite uniforms, our favorite logos, all of the National Basketball Association. And we're going to transition maybe at the end of that. There was a bit of a want to hear more Conspiracy Corner. So I think we're going to dive into part 2 of NFL script writing. But this time it's going to be about the what ifs. So a little bit of the what ifs and conspiracy theory. And then to top it off, this is a lot. We're going to dive into trivia. Myself versus Luca, and narrated, or what's the term, by Billy. He's going to be asking the questions for us. So
he's the host.
He's the host.
So with the mostest.
On that note, fellas, welcome to episode 2. What are we drinking, huh?
Well, shoot, I'll kick it off right now. I'm living that high life. We talked about it last time. I have to drink the champagne of beers. Got to get it going tonight.
There you go. Billy, what you got?
Still doing the Coors Light. Cheers.
Coors Light. All right. Coors Latte. Is that what we're calling it now?
Sure.
All right. I am going to continue drinking the Coronas until Vin Diesel actually invites me to his table. So until that happens, I'm going to be drinking the Coronas. So he better hurry the fuck up.
So to our Polish listeners out there, Nostrovia, which means cheers in English.
Cheers.
Cheers. I got to give a shout out too. Yep. I got to give a shout out since we're cheersing. A couple of people that listened, maybe they didn't listen to the whole hour and 5-minute episode, but cheers to the other dudes in our life. PJ, this one's for you. He was the first to give it a listen. So cheers to PJ, cheers to Ben, and cheers to Ryan, respectively, for giving us a listen last week.
Yep. And
respectively.
Sam on our end, family, Bruce, Cassie, in-laws, right? They all gave us some very valuable, constructive, I wouldn't say criticism, but hey, this part was actually cool. This part, maybe not so much. And all things that we're looking for. So cheers to everybody. Like I said, the in-laws, my father-in-law, Scott, and my stepmom-in-law, Julie. Also, they actually listened to the whole thing. So they helped our average time up for us. So here we go.
All right. Diving on into it this weekend, man. Thursday didn't start off good for us. We had the Green Bay Packer game. I feel like we got hosed a little bit. That's the main thing I saw. I'll comment real quick on that Marquette game. I thought it was a really good game. I definitely think Marquette is the team to beat out of the Wisconsin teams here. Cam Jones, the guy's a beast. And you got a lot of great players all around him. So I'm excited to see what Marquette can do in March. That was my main thing that I took away from the weekend. How about you guys?
You talked a little bit about the Packer game there. I'll hop on that a little bit. That was one of my main takeaways. I know the talk was the officiating. There were 3, 4, maybe 5 blatant missed calls. I'm not going to go down that route, though. What I'm going to take away from that is I feel pretty good about the Green Bay Packers and them going into the playoffs. I think, we're in a good spot at the 6th seed right now. If we can maintain that and the NFC West stays where it's at and the NFC South stays where it's at, we're going to end up playing the Seahawks. Not really scared of the Seahawks. What I do think would be good is Seahawks, we play them. We get rolling into the playoffs. Then we go to because most likely the 7 is going to lose against the 2, which is the Commanders and the Eagles. Probably going to go with the Eagles. We would go play Philadelphia then. I'm sorry, we would play Detroit because they're the 1 seed. So we'd be the lowest remaining seed. So going right back to Ford Field, where we almost beat Detroit. If it wasn't for a couple maybe of those calls, we'll see. But anyway, as an NFL team, you don't want to base your results off the officiating. So all in all, I feel good about the Green Bay Packers going into the playoffs, being able to win the wild card game, going into Ford Field, winning the divisional game, and then making their way to the NFC Championship game again. So that's my takeaway.
Nice. I like that. I feel right there with you. We're already going to be in. We just got to win 2 out of these last 4 games. We're right there. I agree with you. I don't see the 4 or the 3 or the 4 seed being any type of threat at all. I think we can ball out with them. We get a preview of it this week. Don't we play Seattle this week? So,
yep.
See what happens. How about you, Billy?
Well, yeah, I watched the Packer game too, and I agree with everything T. West said. Packers lost to the Lions twice this year. I don't think that they're going to beat the Packers 3 times in a row. So if we do see them in the playoffs, I think Packers get their revenge on Detroit's turf the same way they beat us on ours. So I think it's coming. So looking forward to it.
It is really, really tough to beat a team 3 times in 1 year. That only happens to the Bears. Oh, wait, no, they don't make the playoffs, so never mind.
Yeah, they're not playing anybody 3 times a year anymore. So, did you see the stat on the Bears real quick? Like at halftime, I think it was like 310 yards to 4. Like the 49ers had 310 yards, the Bears had 4.
Like, that was bad.
You don't want to be that team that does that. And you almost, I can't feel bad for the Bears, but you just go like, wow. Just talk about a team that's given up after firing their coach. The interim guy comes in. I thought they all liked him. Apparently, just not the fit. I don't know. Is it a replay? I think it's a replay. I think we talked a little bit about it last week with the head coach, the GM, new quarterback, switch them out. So anyway, that's the Bears for you.
Yep. That's the story of their life. And
absolutely.
Peaked in 85 and haven't been able to do anything since, which, to be a lifelong fan and have to deal with that kind of sucks. You got to feel for all the Bears fans out there. But at the same time, being a Green Bay Packer fan, you're just like, hey,
so
just
being
stay
a Packer
down there.
fan allows us to have this, right? So for all the Detroit Lion fans, Bruce, go hang your division banners. We'll hang Super Bowl banners.
Right.
Yeah, Bruce.
Yeah, and feel free to keep drafting the whole entire team. I'm okay with that, especially when I get to play you in Detroit's bye week.
That was Lusher. Lusher drafted the whole Lions team.
Oh,
Bruce is just a Lions fan. So
okay, that must have been some type of inside fight that I did not know about.
Nope. That was just Lusher doing his thing.
Interesting. Well, segueing right into fantasy football. Let's talk about it. Now, we did get something from our back-to-back champ who said, "Hey, I really feel like you guys should be talking about me. I'm the back-to-back champ. You are now going to be called the team that shall not be named, the champ that shall not be named. Yes, I get it. You made the playoffs. I get it. You jumped from the 6 seed all the way up to 3 seed. So if I get a chance to play you, it's going to be in the Super Bowl. But gotta go through 2 juggernauts named T. West and Billy. So T. West, you got to play the back-to-back champ in the first week of the playoffs. How you feel?
I'll be honest. I'm feeling okay right now. I think I have a pretty good lineup. Also knowing that one of her quarterbacks is down, so we'll see. So she had David Carr. I'm sorry, the person to be named later, or whatever, not to be named. That person had Derek Carr going. They're out. They have their backup, but I think my matchups could be okay, right? Like
They
we're
got
going to be
Goff. They got Goff as a starter, and then
but against Buffalo.
Ooh, okay.
Right. So if you look at the matchups, I think I have some favorable matchups this week. Right now, I think our scores, like projected scores, are going to be similar. But I think it's all comes down to matchups.
Nice. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm pulling for you, T West. I'd like to see the second round you and Billy play against each other. Billy, you got that bye in the first round, so I mean, hey, let's chillax this week and let's just hang out.
If I win, I play you, Luca.
Oh, does it switch it up like that?
So it goes
lowest
seed to highest seed. Like, so I would
just
still
like the
be
NFL.
Yeah, I would still be the lowest seed and then going to play the one.
Oh, I really need you to win.
Pretty sure that's how it would go. So
okay, I didn't know if the bracket was just what it is and it just stays that way.
This is on the line.
Yep.
All right, this is our first belt. Okay, so can't go to the back-to-back champ, right? It's got to go to somebody new.
No, somebody new.
I'm not shipping this thing to Arizona, so Luca, you might not get it anyway.
No, well,
I'm kidding.
It needs to go to the first ever winner of this league. That's me. So this person that we're not naming, can we use their team name, or are we just totally just
no, we're just not even going to acknowledge them. They're just a team.
Because that person spanked me last week, and it was a little humbling.
Yeah, that was man, that was something by what, okay. 50 points? It was insane.
Yeah, right. I still got a first round bye, so I'll sit up on my high horse and just dust it off, like whatever.
Right.
There you go.
They needed every little bit of that to hit that 3 seed. Just happy that they're not eating a mayo sandwich.
Was that what she was going to do?
Mm-hmm. Just straight up mayo between 2 pieces of bread. I think we said we were going to be nice and like toast it, but nah, let that stick to the roof of your mouth.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. But I'm excited.
Should be exciting. I think what's different too, so our league, just so people who don't know, like our league is a little bit different than other leagues. Our quarterbacks actually get a point for every 10 yards. We do have that super flex, so that can be, second quarterback, whatever you want it to be. And then we actually start our playoffs in week. Is this week 14?
15. All the buys are done.
Okay, yeah. So we actually start, we make our teams go into the Super Bowl being on the very last week of the year. Now that makes it harder.
That is tough, yeah.
Because some teams may rest their players. Well, that makes our GMs have to stay, vigilant and keeping an eye on the waiver wire and make sure that their teams have players to go. So it makes it a little bit different. I tend to like it that way, but everyone has their own thing. So our league is very high in points. Like I think, Luca, you're averaging 240 points this year or something like that.
No. Just over 200. Just over.
Okay, just over 200. So, but I think that helps with the quarterbacks getting 1 point for every 10 yards, just like the other skilled positions do. So, no, it's a fun league. I think we have a really good league, and we'll see what the upcoming years bring us.
Yeah, I'm excited.
How heavy is that belt?
Dude, it's actually pretty heavy. It's I'd say it's almost, I don't know, between 5 and 10 pounds.
All right.
Something in that range. Yeah. But
just trying to see if my waist can just hold it up if I ever have to put it on.
if I could wear it, and I'm a very large individual, you can wear it. So
yeah, you're gonna have to start working on your twerking, Billy. That way you can stay up.
I don't need to work on that. I already got that down.
All right. Well, that's fantasy football. It's going to be a fun week. I'm definitely excited. Can't wait to see what happens this week. I'm hoping it's only good for the people who I'm rooting for, like UT West. Definitely am pulling for you this week. So there's going to be a lot of trash talking going back and forth, I think, in the group thread. I'm extremely excited for that. And may the best team win. And speaking of best teams winning, bowling, guys, what'd you do last weekend? How'd it go? I didn't hear anything other than I think, Billy, you had one pretty decent game in there, and then that's about all I heard.
Yeah, I might have to change my name from Beef Tip to Pin Smacker because I had a good first game. Game 2 and 3, I think I got a little fatigued, but no complaints.
So to back up Billy there, yeah, first game was a 170 something, and games 2 and 3, the lanes actually burned up a little bit on us, and
really?
So like the oil was only like 43 feet down, and then it was burning up after that, so things were moving. And Billy, he throws like right on the edge of the gutter, so he's throwing it, and it's hitting the head, high on the head pin every time, and the lanes are burning up. It's going, he's crossing over the head pin there, so they get burned up pretty bad there at the end. I was lucky. I bowled. My first game was a 170 something. My second game was a 254. My third game was a 264. I ended with a 691. So if I just bowled average, I'd have had another 700. But ultimately, we have a bunch of beers, ripped a couple cookie dough shots. We were bowling with the fun people next to us again. So that was a ton of fun. We took 2 out of 3 games plus the overall series. So in the last, 8 out of 9 games in the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, so our winning streak came to an end, but we're still. I did look. I don't know if you looked, T-West, but we did get bumped up to 7th place, so we moved up 2 spots. So
look at that.
How many teams are there? Like 40?
18.
40.
Oh, close enough.
Not even 40 lanes there.
Yeah.
I don't even know where you guys bowl. Are you guys at the old Wylands? Kingpin?
The old Wylands. Yep.
Oh my goodness. Is it still called Kingpin now?
Yeah.
Wow, I haven't been in there in ages.
Yeah, it's an 18-team league, and we're fine. We've moved up to 7th now, and I think that's the highest that we've had. I mean, I think we have to shout out the girls here too.
I was just gonna say that. I said
okay.
they've been definitely carrying their weight, so can't do without them.
Yeah, I mean, Olivia got a 350 series. Katie, she hit almost her all-time high, I think.
Really?
She had a 145, 131, 150. So she was over 400. Those two have just been killing it these last couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about being clutch. Way to go, Katie.
Yeah, Olivia, her was 2 away from her all-time high. So
really? Damn, way to go, Olivia.
I think her first game.
Honestly, practice makes perfect. That's just what we've been doing. When you do it, every other weekend where we get pretty good, we figure it out, we get our technique down, and I kind of incorporate my baseball playing days into bowling. I'm very superstitious with just like my walk up, the way I grab the ball, the way I walk, the way I place my feet, the steps I take, my follow through, which is never always consistent, but I think it is in my head. But I always have that same routine, and I'm just very superstitious when it comes to that. So, and then when that doesn't go to plan, then it kind of sucks. But
you know what's messed up? On Sundays, I'm the same exact way when it comes to football. It's like, all right, I got to drink out of this glass. I'm wearing this shirt. I'm wearing this hat. Got to sit in this seat. Like, got to have some type of cheese product out while we're watching the Packer game. It's the only reason that we made it to be 9-4. It's all that routine.
Thanks to Luca's routine. The Packers are 9-4.
Everybody's routine. Everybody just keep doing the same routine. That's what's getting us there. It's not the playing on the field. It's the routines, the superstitions.
Okay.
They exist.
Right. Noted.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I have anything for that. I was like, ooh, football's on. So
yeah.
Remember growing up is race home from church, and before like the noon kickoff, and church ended at 11:55, and everybody's like racing all the way down Main Street there just trying to get back home. as fast as possible. I don't think the cops ever look. They just like turn their heads away. They're like, we don't need to watch this. We know that they're getting home too. We stop at like Pick and Save, get your ham and rolls, and I don't know. I think cheese too. At least my dad grabbed cheese. But all right, enough about that. Let's dive right into the Milwaukee Bucks. They're playing right now against the Orlando Magic. It's the end of the third period. They're up 80-72 right now, and this is part of the NBA Cup. This is the quarterfinals. Billy, you didn't really know much about it. Care to elaborate a little bit to us? What you said earlier was perfect offline. You had a good synopsis of it.
You're talking for the play-in tournament, and yeah. So anyway,
the NBA Cup.
Okay, the NBA Cup. Yeah, so it's basically kind of like what you would see in soccer. There's group play. The teams are put into different groups. If you win that group, or place in that group, whatever moves on, then you're moved into the quarterfinals. Just like what would be the March Madness kind of say, group of like 16, whatever that is. You win, you're in the Elite Eight, Final Four, things like that. So right now we are in the knockout rounds, they call them, and right now I think technically the quarterfinals against the Magic. Win this, we make it to the semis, which is Final Four, basically, right? And then from there. So yeah, I don't remember how we did last year. Somehow the Lakers won that
semifinals. Yeah, we lost against the Pacers last year in the semifinals.
Was that Tyrese Halliburton that lit us up in that game? I think.
Yeah. Hey, from Milwaukee.
So he's from Wisconsin. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Wow. Hey, more power to him.
Right now, if only you could come to Milwaukee and play.
Did you say we were up, or we were?
Yeah, we're up 80-72 at the end of the third. So
okay, right.
Looking good for us right now. I mean, Orlando hasn't been like a slough of a team this year. They got it together, and unfortunately, they're missing one of their best players right now. But Franz Wagner hurt himself, but that team's still showing up. They're gelling pretty good.
So, tell us about the Bucks. What's going on with them? Are we good? Are we bad? Where are we this year in 2024 going into 2025?
I mean, we got Chris Middleton back. That was the third person. Without him, and especially last year without him, and Dame playing here and there, Giannis playing here and there, we were not vibing. Like, you got Dame, who is going through his off-court stuff, which not easy, especially with children. Like, respect for how he handled himself. Going to a whole new city, almost all the way across the United States. That's tough. It's really tough, especially going to Milwaukee. I mean, it's not like you're going out and you're balling out all the time. It's cold. Like, you're staying in. There's nothing to do. What's he going to do? Go ice fishing in his off days with the kids? Like, come on. It's tough. So now that we got Middleton back, I definitely think Middleton might have lost his step. You hear Giannis joking about it, but he's back. You give that guy an open jump shot anywhere and he's sinking it. Like, so he gets into that form, I think we'll be good. I think that was that piece that we needed to dish the ball off to. And yeah, that's the third piece that we need. As far as, do I think we need to trade him? I mean, I love the guy, so no, I don't want to see him go. But on the other retrospect, does he need to go? Could we get somebody better for the money who's younger? To be honest, looking at the contracts that are ending at the end of the season and the player opt-outs, I don't think there's anybody that would come here that would end up staying here. So I think we got to roll with Middleton and see what kind of role players we can get. We got some other guys that we could trade at the deadline. I think that's about where we're capped out at. I think that's really where we're capped out at. But now that Middleton's back, I think we're going to start gelling. I think we're going to do good. You're going to see a different side of the Bucks. I mean, they already proved it. 4-0 in the cup play to start. We've now made it into the knockout stages. I think if we win this thing, that's a good sign of where things are going to go.
Okay, so are we a team that could push for the NBA Finals again?
I'd say yes, just because I always believe. I mean, I feel like the Bucks, they off to a bad start. They're like what 12 and 11 or something like that, but I feel like even last year they started off kind of slow and they picked it up right when it mattered and made some sort of a push. So I always like to be optimistic.
No, that's fair. I'm just apprehensive about Doc Rivers. Is he was, I still go back to Adrian Griffin had us like 30 wins when he got fired, and I don't know what happened there. I don't know if he just wasn't the right coach, what was going on. I didn't think he warranted being fired, but replacing him with Doc Rivers, and we struggled. I get it. Mid-season coaching change is never easy. I just don't know if he's the right fit. I don't know what was wrong with Mike Budenholzer. Maybe he lost the team after 21. I just don't know where we're going. I mean, have we developed anybody? Did we develop Marjan Beauchamp, or whatever his name is?
Beauchamp, Marjan Beauchamp. Yeah.
Beauchamp, yeah. Have we developed him? Have we developed any of these first round picks that we've had or second round picks? I don't even know what we've had, to be honest. Are we young enough and good enough and developed enough to win an NBA Finals?
I don't know about NBA Finals. It all depends on a couple things. Do we have young talent that's developing? Yes. We did some pretty decent stuff in the draft, I feel like. Look at AJ Green, a little white boy who we got last year. The guy's a little sharpshooter now. He's knocking. He goes in there for maybe like 10, 15 minutes. But when he goes in there, boom, he's like hitting almost 50% from 3-point line. That's pretty solid. So I really can't say anything bad for what he's done. You got Alan Jackson Jr., who came from the NCAA championship UConn team. Great defense. We all know that we're lacking there. So the fact that he could come in and play a little bit of defense there, much, much needed. He needs to develop his shot a little bit more, which I think he's going to do. Beauchamp, I almost feel like we gave up on him. I don't see him doing anything. As far as other young guys, I really like AJ Johnson. He's finally up there, and Tyler Smith, 2 guys that we drafted this year. I see a lot of good things for AJ Johnson. So give us another year. I think with this team, moving some stuff around, getting rid of some contracts, I could think we can do some really good things. We definitely need another big guy. I don't know that Burp comes back after this year. So I think his contract's done. I don't think he plays anymore. Maybe a vet minimum. I don't know. But we're not far off. We're not too far off. So we just got to see where these young guys go. We can't trade them away for Serge Ibaka. We can't trade away really good guys like DiVincenzo for nothing. Like we just got to develop them and keep them.
Anybody still missing Drew Holiday?
Oh,
I miss Drew.
So happy for him to win the championship last year without us. Wish it would have been us with him, but Dame time. I love Dame time.
Well, that bums me out if you're right about Brook Lopez, because I really like him. So that would be a bummer if he left. But
it is the last year of his contract, I believe. So after this year, does he hang it up? I mean, he's 36, 37? He's getting up there in age, so he can still shoot. He's still doing some good things. I would like to see him re-sign for another year at a vet minimum with us. That'd be great. Play at least one more year. Give us a chance to draft a guy who's taller, who can kind of develop with him.
Yeah, makes sense.
I mean, if we need a big, why don't we go sign Angel Reese?
Well, can't say anything about that. I mean, she's a big in that league. She's not a big in this league. She's 6'2"?
I'll be honest though, like watching Caitlin Clark like revolutionized women's basketball has been awesome. Angel Reese, another really good player. Like they're back and forth. Their little rivalry they've had going on has been fun to watch, you know. But so revolutionizing women's basketball has been awesome. More power to them.
I think the league has never been so well equipped with such amazing basketball players.
Oh yeah.
And there's only more to come. Like Paige is coming up. Like that's gonna be something.
Yep.
We're gonna see a whole new revolution of women's basketball. It's gonna be fun to watch.
So I know I just hijacked you there. So let's just because we're talking about like women's, you know, revolution. What if we go back a little bit, go back in time, to like 90s basketball for the Bucks?
Yes.
Let's reminisce a little bit and let's talk about like 90s Bucks basketball when it was like so good. You know, who some of your favorite players? Who do you got? Like I'll start. Like I loved Tim Thomas, Darvin Ham, Sean Respert, some of those little utility players. Yes, Sean Respert. Okay. Yes, don't shake your head at me. Yes.
I like Sean Respert.
Thank you.
For sure.
Right?
Yeah.
His whole like 3.2 points a game that he averaged in his career for the 2-3 years that he played.
Whatever.
I don't remember him ever. You just want to vindicate the jersey that you had. You had a Sean Respert jersey growing up.
Did.
Yeah. I was like, hey, just throw that thing out.
Dude was good enough to have a jersey made. Right? Like, come on.
That's because they had to. He was on the team.
Doesn't matter.
I will say this. The most heartbreaking thing of the 90s, other than us losing in the Eastern Conference Finals, trading away Dirk Nowitzki for Robert Tractor Trailer.
Oh, don't bring that back up.
I mean, Dirk, had he been a Milwaukee Buck, oh, man, there would have been for sure a championship that year. We would not have lost.
Yeah. Yeah, I can agree with that. Yeah. I don't have a opposing view on that one.
No. So. But that team back in the day, you had to love Ray Allen and Big Dog and just how they played off of each other's, the pick and rolls that they did. Big Dog, he was like Chris Middleton. He could hit a jumper all day. And then you had that 3-point threat out there like Dame. Now, that was Ray Allen. And then we decided to go the opposite way. We go even smaller. We had Sam Cassell with all the handles. And he was good on defense. So
yeah.
That was a lot of fun. We just find whoever to fill in as the big guy, like Magic Irving Johnson.
Right? I mean, who would have thought we would have had our own Magic Johnson, right? Like,
right.
Irving Johnson.
I was at a Bucks game as a kid, and we had really good seats behind the hoop, and he walked by and gave me his sweatband that I had on the bedpost of my bed as a kid for the longest time. And I got made fun of by the other guys because they're just like, oh, sick wristband. It's not even a good player. But I was all about Big Dog. I had his jersey. I even had the white one because a lot of people, when I was a kid growing up, they had the purple one.
Yep.
But I had the white one that I was like pretty pumped about. I asked for it for Christmas. And I was like, I don't care whose it is, either Vin Baker or Glenn Robinson. I got Glenn Robinson. So I naturally became a fan of his, but I loved Ray Allen as well. Yeah. I was also a big Tim Thomas, TJ Ford.
TJ Ford.
TJ Ford. Well, he was early 2000s.
Yeah.
Still a badass. How about this for a name? Marty Conlon. Remember him? Number 30.
Yep.
Had career highs with us. I think he had like 9.9 points in 1 year. I was all about him. I was like, he's the great white hype. He's gonna do it. Early 90s and everything. That was a fun one to have him. Or no, he was mid to late 90s. But yeah, that team. How did Tim Thomas not win Sixth Man of the Year? Is there something against the Bucks and having a great sixth man that they just don't want to pay respects to?
Maybe.
What's going on?
Yeah, could be.
Bobby Portis has to go through the same thing now.
Oh, I love Bobby.
Yeah, he's Man, I'm so glad he's a Milwaukee Buck. I wanted the Bucks to draft him, and then he went to Chicago. Now that he's here, please don't leave. Don't ever leave, Bobby. Just stay here.
Yeah. Yeah, that 90s team, though, was so good. Like, we should have won that Game 7 against the Sixers. I know it was AI, but that's all they had was Allen Iverson. Like, we should have won that game.
Yeah, they had Derek Coleman, I think. That was the only other guy that they had.
Derek Coleman.
And, but they also had Eric Snow. That's back when Eric Snow could hit some threes, too.
That's right, Eric
Those
Snow.
are the only 3 guys I can really remember from that team that did anything.
Was Kenny Anderson on that team?
I thought he was on the Nets.
Thank you. Yep, I was getting mixed up.
Okay. Well, I wanted to say Keith Van Horn for a second there, too, but I knew that wasn't right. But the 90s with the Bucks, we had so much hope as kids. We had the Packers doing good. We had the Bucks doing good. The Brewers were still in Milwaukee. We weren't doing too much.
What?
I mean, at least they were there. They didn't win much, but they were there.
They started building their new stadium, so we were looking forward to that, And
yeah.
I don't know. We did have the Brewers had the best looking uniforms of all time. I think that 90s series uniforms that they had with the M and the B with the bat and the field. Oh, best ever. So there was just something about those 90s uniforms and logos. And I mean, hop right back into basketball, right? Like, does it get better than 90s basketball, dude?
It does not.
Right?
Does not.
Yeah, they were edgy. Like, you look at the jerseys now and they're so simple compared to then. They had so much graphic on that jersey. It covered the whole entire jersey. You're actually wearing something fun.
Yeah.
And they're baggy.
And they were baggy. Yep.
And now everything is so skin tight. The worst uniforms were those like muscle tees that they did a few years back, where it was kind of like those are the worst.
Those were rough to watch. That's not basketball.
Yeah, I don't think I could pull it off. You'd see one big muscle right in my stomach area. And that's about it. Just this gut. Like, couldn't pull it off. Yeah. Looked like Draymond Green out there.
Oof. Well, so okay, talking about those, obviously they're not our favorites. Well, let's just go around the room real quick. Like, Billy, what are your top 5 like uniforms you would say from like 90s era basketball?
Basketball, okay, in order from like 1 to 5, like my favorite, or from 5 down.
Well, however you want to start.
All right, let me think. Number 1 for me is Toronto Raptors for sure.
Okay,
love that. It was my favorite. 2, Memphis Grizzlies. 3, Orlando Magic. Okay. I loved the pinstripes.
Yeah.
I like the black, the white pinstripe. I really, really like the blue.
Yes.
The pinstripe. That was probably my favorite. 3, what else? Charlotte Hornets.
Ooh,
Larry Johnson, Muggsy Bogues days. That was that one. And then what do you think? Seattle Supersonics.
Okay.
There you go. But which one?
The green.
Oh, the dark green one?
Yeah.
Okay.
With like the yellow, like Kirby banner or whatever that says Sonics over it.
Yeah. Nice.
That rounds out my top 5.
All right. Luca, what do you got?
All right. So I do agree with and these are in no particular order. I love the Raptors. I mean, I had to get that Damon Stoudemire jersey the second they came out. I thought those things were awesome. I'm so glad I was the first one to get that Damon Stoudemire jersey in our school. Very first one.
Right after you got mine. So
yeah, no. I'm pretty sure parents went shopping together for school, and yeah, there was a fight, I bet, through them. Yeah, we'll let them duke that out.
Yeah.
But then the Grizzlies, I thought theirs was pretty cool. Here's where I differ. I'm gonna say Detroit with that piston with the exhaust pipes coming out the side. Yep. That thing I thought was pretty cool. It's really cool when you have it in either that dark red or you go with that leadish blue, green, whatever that was. I think it was blue. Now, you couldn't go wrong with either one.
No.
And then got to go with Houston Rockets.
Okay.
With that rocket that was shooting around the basketball. They won 2 championships with those jerseys, I believe. So,
well, I think they won.
Or was it?
They won one with the original.
Okay.
And then I think they went back to back, but the second one was with the new uniform. I may be wrong on that.
They did go back to back. It was when Jordan was gone. That's the only team that could win when Jordan was gone.
Yep.
So I remember those jerseys. I remember watching Robert Horry drop 40 on the Bucks one game. I was at it.
Oh, yeah.
40, just 8 3-pointers like it was nothing. For the 5th one, oh man, I had that picked out. Which one was it? I think it was the Hawks because you had no. I'm thinking Dikembe Mutombo. Thinking Denver. Those Denver jerseys where you had the city there, and then you had the mountains in the background. I mean, the fact that they brought it back,
right?
That's a good one.
Pretty stellar. Yeah,
that's a good one.
And honorable mention, Utah Jazz.
Okay. Yep, those are good. I mean, I remember the Stockton Malone days with the purple jersey with the mountains. That did look pretty good too. Yep.
Yeah. All right, TUS. I'm eager to hear yours.
Yeah. So I actually had to break mine up a little bit. I had to do top 5 uniforms, but they differed a little bit with their logos. So, real quick on the top 5 uniforms, starting from 5 going to 1, I ranked the Sonics at number 5, and it was the dark green with the dark orange. You know, when Peyton and Kemp were going against the Bulls in the finals, loved that.
Yep.
Number 4 was at the time the Vancouver Grizzlies with Big Country Bryant Reeves, you know, and Sharif Abdul-Rahim, some of those guys. Number 3, this is where maybe a little controversial with this group, is I put the Milwaukee Bucks at number 3, but it's not the purple, wasn't the white, it was the deer. The green with the deer on the chest.
I just assumed that was one of our favorites, so I was
It is.
Worth the mention though, because those are cool.
Yeah.
They are definitely worth the mention.
Oh yeah.
Number 2 is where I'm right with you, Billy, with the blue pinstripe Orlando Magic.
Oh yeah.
There's just not a better look than Shaquille O'Neal, you know, Penny Hardaway, Nick Anderson, right? Like that team. Oh, so good.
Yeah.
But then number 1. Obviously.
Oh yeah.
He's got
it. The Raptors, right?
Wow.
Like, you don't see a better uniform than this, I don't think.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
yeah.
So I had to go Raptors as number 1 for the uniforms. You know, Vince Carter, T-Mac, those guys were lighting it up. Yes, Damon Stoudemire, and I did have that first. So
is that an old jersey or did you just get that?
That's an old jersey I've had for a while. But I've never worn it because I don't know if you guys can tell by the complexion here, although I am very, very handsome, I am very, very fat. So I don't fit in that. So,
I just see washboard abs when I look at you. I don't know what you're talking about.
The washboard that's been sitting in the water, swelling over time.
Oh, wow. They don't do that.
So, but I did want to follow up with like logos as well, because I think this is vital. The Raptors still number 1. Just that 90s graphic. The Bucks though coming at 92 or at number 2, because I remember when they went from the Buck doing the layup, you know, with like the decanter that we, you know, things like that logo, when they went to that look with the green and the purple, and it was just revolutionary. Luka, here the Pistons at number 3.
Nice.
That was,
I like that.
It made sense, right? Like horsepower, Pistons, you had the tailpipes.
It was literally their greatest logo.
It was. It fit perfectly. No, number 4 is the Rockets.
Thank you.
Loved it. So that's number 4 for me. And number 5, this was close with the Atlanta Hawks because I loved the spread out hawk on the uniform, but the way it would grab the ball, the Dikembe Mutombo. But number 5, I did go with the Grizzlies because just the colors and just So okay, those are my top 5 uniforms and logos. But I had to say both of those because I couldn't leave one without the other.
That's crazy. Okay. I will say I don't know why, but I hated the Rockets jersey.
Did you?
Back then, I don't know why.
Okay.
I just thought it was just I don't know. I thought it looked foul, but I stand corrected because I did not know it got that much love.
Yeah. So the Rockets that I really disliked was the T-Mac Rockets, though, where it was just gray and red, and it was just like a rocket for the R.
Yep.
I did not
Yeah.
like that one at all. So
Steve Francis days.
yes, Steve Francis days. Yeah, and even Barkley was on the Rockets. You had Pippen back then. You had Clyde Drexler. You had all these guys, and it's just like
Robert Horry, Sam Cassell.
Was Cassell on there?
Yeah, he was there for the championships.
Oh, you're right. He was. I'm sorry. You're right. Yep. Yeah. So that's but what a golden age of basketball, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Indeed.
I think it just shows how dominant Michael Jordan was when the only team that could win was a loaded team. The 2 years that he was gone, in which I think, I don't know if this is one of your things for Conspiracy Corner coming up, but that whole thing with Jordan being gone seems a little sus.
So that's going to be one it's not going to be today, but we're going to talk about who his kids are. Is one of them playing basketball right now with them? Just little things like that. We'll talk about that. So the mystery behind Michael Jordan, is he the greatest of all time? Is
yes,
yeah. So we'll I agree with you 100%, and we're going to dive into that in a future Conspiracy Corner episode.
So I will say, going with the jerseys, it was a close, I would say maybe an honorable mention, like Lucas said, but the black alternative Bulls uniforms, I really liked. And the only reason why I didn't pick the Bulls is because like theirs didn't seem to change as much. It's just kind of red black with the Bulls across. But that one, I had a Michael Jordan jersey like that when I was growing up, and those are pretty cool too.
Yeah, those were iconic.
So, those are absolutely amazing. Yeah.
Well, then you throw the Jordan shoes on there, the black shoes with the red pinstripe that went around it and the red Jumpman.
Yeah.
That was a good look. So.
Oh, yeah. Those are nice.
I couldn't afford those shoes.
No, same. Well, all right, moving on, because we talked about the best era of basketball. We talked a little bit. We led in there with the conspiracy theory. You guys want to hear today's episode of Conspiracy Corner?
Yes.
Please, let's go. Please.
All right. So Conspiracy Corner for this week is actually going to be part 2 of NFL script writing. It's going to be a little bit different though, because it's going to be the what ifs, and we're going to solely focus on this year and what the NFL is looking to do versus what they could do. Talked a little bit about it last week with the NFL has a Pat Mahomes problem and a Kansas City Chiefs problem. Right? So here's a team that really should probably have lost 4 or 5 games now.
Right.
And by some luck, somehow, they're winning these games. Crazy thing, twice this year, they've doinked it off the left upright for the win. So that's 2 right there. But anyway, they have a Chiefs problem. They have a Pat Mahomes problem. They have a team right now that is 12-1, 11-1, whatever they are. Shouldn't be, but they're going for a 3-peat. So the NFL has never had a 3-peat Super Bowl champion. And I stress Super Bowl. There's been a couple back-to-backs, right? The Packers in Super Bowl 1 and 2. I think you had there's been a few throughout the way. We've had the Cowboys, we've had the Patriots. I think Dolphins might have done 2 there. I can't remember for sure. But we did have 3 peats with world championships. That was the Green Bay Packers. They won 3 world championships in a row. No other team has done it. So does the NFL risk creating a 3-peat Super Bowl champion with the Kansas City Chiefs? Don't know. So, but that being said, here you have an opportunity where you have Pat Mahomes to go up against, and again, because we're a little biased to the Packers here, you go up against Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers. Jordan Love is still developing a fan base, but the more and more you watch the media, the more and more people are starting to get behind him. You know, he's got the vibe around possibly being a star. He's got, you know, love, right? You can do so much marketing with that. State Farm, I think they're going to run out of their contracts here with Pat Mahomes pretty soon. Hopefully. God, those commercials suck now. But that being said, this is to usher in, again, that 14-year Packers in between Super Bowls. All of a sudden, now you get Jordan Love on the cusp of things here. So what if it is that red and green color like what we saw in the Super Bowl logo scripting? It's Chiefs Packers. Now, what if you get Jordan Love to beat Mahomes and the Packers win Super Bowl 59 here? Right? Something to work on there. Now, we dig a little bit deeper on this. I'm still working on tying these two together because I kind of went down a little bit of a rabbit hole here and like just numbers and what they actually mean, or like who. If Matt LaFleur wins this Super Bowl, right now he joins Sean McVay. Sean McVay, all these guys, you think about Mike McDaniel too, but Kyle Shanahan, these guys were all under the same Shanahan coaching tree from Washington. Right? Are you able now to start saying that coaching tree, the Shanahan coaching tree, is better than the Mike Holmgren coaching tree?
Oh, you weren't even going with the 49ers coaching tree. You're going straight to the Holmgren.
Straight to Holmgren, because Holmgren, I think, had more head coaches come out of that. Maybe not Super Bowl wins, but I think he had more head coaches come out. So you get the Shanahan coaching tree with Matt LaFleur gets a second Super Bowl win to now match up with Sean McVay. Kyle Shanahan has lost 2 Super Bowls already. You know, I don't feel bad for him. But
no.
Does that coaching tree then become the talk versus the Holmgren tree? So there's a couple what ifs here that I want to get your guys' thoughts on. What if it is Packers Chiefs in the Super Bowl and it's Mahomes Love? What if that? What do you guys think of that?
I can't say anything bad. Yeah, can't say anything bad at all. Go Pack, go! Dethrone Mahomes. I get it. Mahomes is good. He does things that are just different. I got no hate towards Mahomes mainly because of his skill level and Andy Reid. And I do like Kelsey. I liked him even more before Taylor Swift, but I don't care about Taylor. Team's decent. How they can do it without having a top tier running back or any depth at wide receiver because Tyreek Hill's gone, I have no idea. That's why I'm starting to agree with the whole rig thing. But why not Green Bay? Why not Green Bay to dethrone them? It makes sense. Very young team that's developing very quickly, minus Quay Walker. He's developing a little bit slower than everybody else, but his heart's there.
Quay Walker should not be in pass coverage. He should be running sideline to sideline or blitzing. And honestly, he just should not drop back in pass coverage. It's just not there.
Yeah. He got lucky one time and returned it back for a touchdown, which I was happy about. But it was one time.
Okay. But yeah, so again, just tying back to the whole script, Packers, Chiefs matches the colors of the Super Bowl 59 logo of red and yellow. And back in New Orleans. So what if, right? Like, and what greater team would it be to stop a three-peat than the Packers, who are the only team to have some sort of a three-peat in world championship terms, not Super Bowls, just world championships. I think for some of our listeners, and I know one in particular who likes to talk about the Minnesota Vikings, I think we got to talk about championships versus none, right? Like 0-4, we're 4-1. Love you, buddy. You're fine.
So. I think I know who you might be talking about.
It's all good. I can appreciate the back and forth with him.
Yeah. So in Super Bowl 31, weren't the Packers the underdogs too against the Patriots?
No, they were the favorites. Yep.
Well, this is why I don't host a conspiracy corner segment. So
it's all
I'll
good.
shut up.
No, it's all good. It's a little bit of a shorter one, but I kind of, like I said, I got lost in the coaching tree thing. I'm not fully there yet, but the what ifs for me are the ones that I like. Because like, okay, what if Detroit does go to the Super Bowl? Do they who we go? Do we want Detroit, an NFC North rival, to win their first Super Bowl? They've only waited 59 years to get into a Super Bowl.
If it was last year, I would say yeah, because I was kind of rooting for them last year, but it was just how cocky they got. I'm kind of like, I'm kind of over it already.
Yeah, I'm on Ra's. I mean, I get it, but come on, Amon Ra. Until you get that dub, I mean, let's hold off. You don't see the Packers doing that stuff. Like, ooh, we won 10 games finally. Look at us. Like, I feel like you've been there a little bit, and like you want to continue to go there. So
yeah,
it's when guys' heads get too big. That's when you start to see him go downhill. Unless that's just what we see as being Green Bay Packer fans because of his sweatshirt he wore. What was that? Green Bay sucks.
Sure.
Yeah, he's.
I don't even care about that. Can't even spell Green Bay right, so it's fine.
Oh, I didn't see it.
He just didn't have a space in between. That's really it. But
yeah, but still, it's like I get to your point, right? Like the cockiness. Sometimes it's good to have, right? I think more in confidence is better than cockiness. But you got to go win, like go do it. Right now they're winning in the regular season, but you've won one playoff game in the last 15 years. I think they won one with Stafford back in 2009 or something, or whenever that was. I don't even know the year. So it's like go get some playoff wins under your belt and then come back, because two division banners, which you're not even assured from yet, because now you got Minnesota right on your tail at 10-2, so or 11-2 now, 11-2, and I don't know. So that's my what if. A little bit of a brief conspiracy corner, but tying back to last week's Super Bowl logos: red Chiefs, green Packers. Super Bowl 59, the Green Bay Packers. What if they prevent that three-peat and the NFL kicks off Jordan Love's stardom?
Yeah, because I definitely don't think it's going to be the Eagles. They look like they're about to self-implode again with talking about all that wide receiver stuff I just saw pop up. So
yeah, AJ Brown's just being AJ Brown.
Yep. I wonder what he's going to say this year to make it implode.
He didn't like Jalen Hurts, so.
No, well. Too bad he doesn't have Jordan Love.
Does Jordan Love make them better, though? I don't know.
I mean, having A.J. Brown just throw the ball up, maybe Devonta Smith, maybe Saquon Barkley. Okay, yeah.
I could see it.
Yeah, that would be pretty. Actually, that'd be an elite team, but I love our guys. I love how they all are hungry. They're all dogs. They just go out there and get it.
I feel like they have a different mentality because they were, the draft and develop. So they were never sought after out of college. They were just drafted, developed. They weren't big names. So I think they have a bigger chip on their shoulder.
Oh, yeah.
So I feel like that, to your point, why they're hungrier, because they have something to prove. So I like that. I like the underdog part of it.
Especially how Josh Jacobs came in. Like the fact that he knew he was replacing somebody that everybody loved. And we still do. And he's been working even harder to be that guy. I'm not too sure if I brought this up last time, but he's busting his butt to be a part of this team. And you know what? Love it. Why not? Go out there and be a beast. Go show us what some records look like. Go ahead and be the all-time rushing leader and pass Amon Green for the Green Bay Packers. I'm down for it. Stay here for the rest of your career. You're a beast. He's doing awesome things. Yeah. Why not?
So I will say, I'm going to try to have a little bit more because I'm really excited about this next conspiracy corner. and we alluded it to a little bit. We're going to do a little bit of a dive into Michael Jordan. So that's just a little teaser. We'll have a little bit more fun with next week's Conspiracy Corner. This one I needed to just finish up some from last week. So
nice.
Sounds good.
Billy, I think we need to end this episode on a really, really good note. T. West and I both think we know sports pretty well. Little did we know there was a show called Sports Jeopardy. We both missed it. We both didn't even try out for it. We had no idea it was even a thing up until COVID.
I was over the weight limit, so
I didn't even know that was a thing. I just didn't know it was even a show at that point. But here we are. We both think we know sports very well. What do you got for us, host?
Well, you both are self-proclaimed sports trivia experts, so it is time to put your money where your mouth is and see who does know more. So how this will work is quite simple. I'm gonna ask you each 3 questions, okay? And each question is worth 1 point. If you get asked a question, you get it right, you get 1 point. You get it wrong, the other person can steal, get that point, and then their turn is next, so they can double down on it. At the end of the 6 questions, there will be a bonus 7th question. You will have to answer at the same time utilizing the chat in here. So we'll do a warm-up question for it. And from what we talked about offline, Luca, you had a good idea of what the loser should buy the winner for their prize. So why don't you explain what that is?
I don't even remember.
Jesus Christ,
yeah.
man.
We're
Okay.
talking about the lids box.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah. So are
Yep.
we gonna end up doing a 15-week like kind of season type of thing and best
That's what I was
overall?
gonna say. I was gonna say we need to figure out what the max points are gonna be, and I think it's gonna be determined on how well you guys answer these questions because they might be hard, they might be easy. I don't know. I was thinking whoever gets like 50 points or 100 points or whatever, and then see, and then the winner between you two can open up your prize box on one of the episodes and reveal what's in that box.
And now this lids box, just so you guys know, this is like a $200 box. You get 3 random hats in there. Usually one of them is autographed. And this is from Lids. They're like one-off hats. I've seen a couple of these get opened up on YouTube. They look out of this world. The most recent one I saw ended up being a Seattle Mariners Ken Griffey box, and opened it up, and the hat in the middle, they're like, oh, this is a cool like Ken Griffey hat. Pops it up and it had his signature in it. Like, how cool is that? Like, I would never want to wear it, but
no, I wouldn't.
I wouldn't wear it either.
That would be something to have to add to the collection, a one-off Ken Griffey Jr. autograph hat. Then you get 2 other hats there that have custom patches and stuff like that on there. Pretty cool stuff. I think the box is definitely worth it. It holds its weight in value, definitely, for sure. So that'd be something to look into. See if they still got those available and put that up as a prize.
Yeah.
All right.
For sure. So, all right. So what we're going to do is first, I have a number written down on a piece of paper to prove I'm not cheating. You guys are going to pick a number between 1 and 10. Whoever's the closest can either pick to be asked a question first, or you can defer to the other person. So 1 through 10. Pick a number. You can either type it in the chat or say it at the same time.
Well, I know what number TOS is picking, so just say it.
I'm picking 3.
All right. I'm going to go with number 5.
Do you see that?
Number 8.
Okay.
Number
8.
All
Okay.
right.
All right. So you each have this chat up here. So let's do a warm-up question. And how the bonus question is going to work is you're going to type your answer in. Do not hit enter until both have typed in their answer, their response, just for this bonus question, and then hit enter. So let's do a practice. Let's see if it works. So,
Okay.
Warm-up question. What kind of ball is used in the game of basketball?
Yeah, okay. Bad chat. I was gonna say basketball.
That is the answer. It was a trick question.
Oh, okay.
A
I don't know if you wanted brand or what.
Okay. A basketball is used to play in the game of basketball. All right. So, Luca, you guessed quicker. So, do you want to get the first question, or do you want to defer to T West?
I'll defer to T West because I know he likes to be the anchor.
Wow. Okay.
All right.
Playing mind games right off the bat.
Okay.
Well, that's all right. I mean, I'm going to get the ball and we're going to score, right? Like, I just doomed myself.
Okay, Matt Hasselbeck.
Right.
All right. T West, question number 1. What's the diameter of a basketball hoop in inches?
Oh, boy.
Ooh. That's a good one.
The diameter of a basketball hoop inches is it 14?
That is incorrect.
Okay.
Luca, you get a chance to steal.
The diameter. Say 15.
Incorrect. So I was not expecting you both to get it wrong. So do you want to just kill this question, or do you want to keep going back and forth until someone gets a freaking point?
Kill it.
Yeah. Let's. What's the answer?
18 inches.
18. Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right.
So when you said diameter, I'm trying to. This is how dumb I am. I'm like circumference, diameter, which one's which? Thinking it through. All right, you made it math. Yeah.
All right.
That was a good question. Not gonna lie.
T West, question number 2.
All right.
In 1993, this NFL team had the largest comeback in playoff history. I'm sorry. In 1993, this NFL team had the largest comeback in playoff history.
Buffalo Bills over the Houston Oilers, led by Frank Reich.
That is correct.
Nice. That was a good one.
So it's funny. I was going to have a bonus question be like, what was their opponent? And thinking I would trick you at the Houston Oilers, but nope. Okay. T West 1, Luca 0.
Womp womp.
Okay, Luca, question 3. Who was the first tight end inducted into the Hall of Fame?
Oh, man. Is it Lynn Dickey?
Sorry, I don't mean to laugh. No.
I'm laughing. I don't care. I kind of feel like you should get another guess, but that one was just really bad.
Lynn Dickey was a quarterback.
Yeah.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
Shoot, I'm thinking Green Bay Packers here, but
Nope, you're wrong.
okay. Yeah,
T West?
I can't think of it.
Part of me wants to say, is it Alan Amici?
Nope.
Okay.
Mike Ditka.
Was it Mike Ditka?
No.
Done. All right.
According to Google. Yeah.
I didn't even know he was a tight end. Oh man, I'm gonna do really bad at this, I think.
Yeah. It says self-proclaimed tough guys over here. All right, JK.
No.
Who's up? Chris? Luca, you're up.
I just had that question. Yep.
Okay. T West. Who was the first European NBA player to win league MVP?
Dirk Nowitzki.
True.
Oh, man, he's getting the easy ones. All right.
Hey, it's randomized. And didn't you defer? You would have had that one.
Dang it. All right.
Luca, Barry Bonds holds a single season record of home runs with how many?
Oh.
I'm going to go with 73.
Correct.
Nice job. There we go. All right. You knew that, T West?
Yeah.
Okay, I kind of figured so.
I was coming after that one if you missed it.
Double points. Question number 6, T West. This is in honor of Memorial Day, since that is like one of our favorite holidays. That's our fantasy football draft weekend.
That's Labor Day weekend.
Oh, that's right. Whatever.
Oh.
What sporting event is held every year on Memorial Day?
Oh, come on, man.
What sporting event?
It's held every year on Memorial Day.
The Kentucky Derby.
Incorrect.
Okay.
What? Oh, okay. I was gonna say that. No. I was gonna say that.
Luca,
okay.
You can steal.
Yeah. Well, let's see. What sporting event is on every year?
Damn, these are good ass questions.
I couldn't keep it super easy. That's why I'm like, we might need to go up to like not 100 points. We might have to go up to like 50.
Yeah, 50 I think is a very, very safe number. Man, Memorial Day, so it's got to be like a one-off event.
Yeah.
I was going to say Kentucky Derby.
Obviously, I was thinking Labor Day, but we...
So it's not Labor Day, it is Memorial Day, for sure?
It is Memorial Day, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to go with... The cricket championship? I don't know.
Jeez. No. Indianapolis 500.
The Indy.
Oh my gosh, I hate myself.
I thought one of you would have gotten that one.
Let's see. Yeah, I didn't know if it was going to be a horse race. I knew it was some sort of a race. I just didn't know what, and I went horses over cars.
I'm ashamed of myself. That was embarrassing.
That's pretty bad. Just kidding. Okay, so it is. Let's see. T West has 2 points. Luca, you have 1. The bonus question was that Houston Oilers one, so I found a different one. This is going to be a multiple choice question, so you can either just type it in, Chris.
Okay.
You can do.
My best.
If you can't type a whole word, like you can just do A, B, C, or D. I don't know if your keyword's not working, but all right, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Arthur Blank, owner of the Atlanta Falcons, also co-founded what national retail store in 1978? Is it A, the Men's Warehouse, B, Burlington Coat Factory, C, Harbor Freight, or D, the Home Depot?
I actually know that one.
Ooh, okay.
Or maybe I don't. All right. When do we hit enter?
Whenever you two have your answer typed, go ahead.
Oh, I can answer too? All right. I don't thought
Yeah.
All right. We'll do a countdown.
Was D Home Depot?
Okay. Luca? Correct. Both of you.
Home Depot.
Okay, you guys both got a whopping 2 points. Congratulations.
All right.
Yeah. All right. Well, after 1 week, what is it? T West has 4. I have 3.
Mm-hmm.
Duly noted to not mess up that badly on things I should know about. Maybe I had a little bit of stage fright. I don't know what other excuses I could have pop up. Maybe some performance anxiety. I don't know. something of that sort. Yeah.
Well, job well done.
All right. Well, on that note, guys, T West got the first round. We'll play up to 50 points. I think that'll go pretty quick.
Yeah, that's good. I'm good with that.
That was a good time. Mm-hmm. This was a lot of fun. Really good episode. I think we hit on a lot of good key topics. We got some feels out there for the Bucks and everything. Actually, that game should be over with. Before we wrap this up, let's report that score.
What happened?
Hopefully,
what do we got?
Oh, I see. It's with 3.3 seconds left. It's 112 to 109. What?
Who's winning?
It's showing the Bucks are winning.
Okay. All right.
Let's hope that the game should be over with by now. Bucks should have won that. Maybe the computer's just not updating. But I have it on Gamecast. But hey, it's looking good for the Bucks. Hopefully they can pull it off.
Yeah, I mean, we're in the semis after this if we win.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Works for me.
I think if the Bucks win this NBA Cup, it's sitting good to what the rest of the season could hold. And I'm excited for that.
Is there going to be a parade for the NBA Cup?
I hope not.
I don't know what the Lakers had.
Not worth it.
Wasn't. Yeah.
They got money.
Right. Everyone gets,
500,000 each player.
Gives an incentive. Yeah.
But all right, guys. On that note, that's tonight. Thank you again for watching episode 2, everyone. Mm-hmm. This was, again, a lot of fun. We hope you guys enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe. We greatly appreciate it. Any feedback in the comments is also appreciated. Yes, we understand that we are diehard Wisconsin fans. We get it. But I'd like to think we're a little bit reasonable and we're not jumping off the deep end on all these and thinking we're the greatest thing since sliced bread. But hey, that's who we are. That's where we were born. That's where we're raised. That's who we are. But we appreciate you guys listening in. And on that note, you guys have a great rest of your night. Peace out, everyone.
Peace.
See ya.
He actually left.